But they go, but I don't want a book.
But a book.
A book would be too much.
Jesus.
But why was that not in...
Right.
I want something in the middle.
So it's something between, like, David Sedaris talking about how
Charlton Heston and their lovers.
and
but they weren't, but that was a joke.
but that was about how he was Charlton Heston's lover.
Yeah, I tried reading Sedaris. They go, you got it, and I keep trying, and I just never get past the hey, me and him.
One time I remember they were asking Larry Miller, you know the comedian Larry Miller?
I know the comedian Larry Miller.
Who his biggest influence was in comedy. He said James Thurber.
He's a humorist.
Yeah,
well, speaking of humorists, I could connect it to Kindle Single. So I had this book already in my computer, and the guy goes, hey, this is good, but it's more than a Kindle. How could this be a Kindle Single? So there was a chapter about writing on Seinfeld and not fitting in and being a schmuck. And so I said, you know the movie My Favorite Year?
Sure.
Mine's called My Seinfeld Year because it wasn't that. Because I wasn't the best year.
Yeah.
You know, here I'm the best show in TV and it's great, which I guess I didn't even see.
I didn't see that. I mean,
I didn't see the movie either. I keep referring to.
No, I saw My Favorite Year.
Yeah. No, My Seinfeld Year.
My Seinfeld Year, I never saw that as. I never realized that was what it was.
It probably wasn't.
It would work a lot better if Seinfeld rhymed with favorite.
Norm, you're in this book a lot.
What?
You're in this book a lot.
No.
Do you guys have some bad blood or something?
What?
No.
There's one chapter here simply titled "Norm Stole My Jacket."
No. That's a euphemism for he had me back. He had my back when I worked on a show.
Oh, all right, that makes sense. I guess.
Yeah. He.
I've not read your book because I was reading Robert Blake.
I like that.
But I told him to read your book so that one of us would have read your book.
He did. I'm not gonna
But this will be great actually because you can tell us now stories from the book that we haven't read.
You have some fantastic. Every time I hear you on a podcast, and you've done a lot, and you're always a solid guest, and I'd love to hear some.
You're doing like he's going. Do what you're doing the other ones. Be better.
No, in all seriousness, I heard you on the Todd Glass one. I was laughing my ass off. I'll be honest, that's the only one I listened to.
So we could play clips of that, and I could lip sync them.
No, you have great stories.
Thank you.
have great
so
stories.
much.
You were
Thank
telling
you.
us some great stories.
Okay.
No, but that's not how you.
I'm saying he was. No, what I'm saying is
that's
he
like
does
when
have
Paul
great
Prevent had that show Comics Only. Hey, this is not stand-up, this is conversation. So, you go on the road a lot. Yeah, what do? We watch TV. You know that one commercial, AIDS, but it's not AIDS because of the disease, so they changed it. And, or...
He'd want to set you up for your...
Oh,
what about the time, this was what I heard, because I was on Byron Allen's Comics Unleashed.
and they say, go crazy.
They go crazy. And the comics could...
they're
You
all
could
doing
not
the
have been
bits.
more leashed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you had to submit your jokes to 6 different levels before they... But then he had no ability to segue. So it's like, Robert Schimmel, what's going on with you? He's like, what's going on with me? I'm fucking my own niece and I'm dying of brain cancer and all this stuff. And then he goes, oh man, Norm, I understand you have a dog. And so none of it would segue. But the funniest question is he said to John Lovitz, this was his question. He goes, he's reading off a card, he goes, now John, I understand you're growing older.
That was the segment producer did that for him. Well, I was on Paul Prevent had one called Comics Only.
Yes,
and
Fred Wolf was the
sidekick who people still think I am. Andy Dick still goes, hey Fred, you got that movie with Spade? I go, yeah, it's going good. I never correct him. You know, he thinks I'm writing to people think I'm Geechee Guy. Which
Whoa!
Yeah, which is a compliment. You know, the people.
Geechee Guy, I did Comics Only. No, what was it called? The
A-list?
The A-list. Only the top 5,000 comics got on
Right. They used to call it a list.
No, this was at the Laugh Factory. The one that Wayne Cotter.
Oh, you got to. This is what I guess that sets him up for great stories.
No,
the plane ride with Wayne Cotter.
With what?
The plane ride you took with Wayne Cotter.
Oh, that was
Wayne Cotter
funny.
was hosting.
I forgot about that.
All right, I'm stealing his story. He was hosting Comic Strip Live, which is on Saturday night, and then they're going to.
It ran from 11 till midnight on Fox.
Right, so they're going to Montreal Comedy Festival, and someone.
But explain to the folks, this was a show, just like all those other shows, where it was 4 comics would do their stand-up act, and you would have an MC, right?
Do you remember?
And the
even-
MC was Wayne Cotter.
And the evening at the Improv was on twice a night on the history. No, on A&E.
Yes.
It was like during jury duty. You would have to do all these shows you didn't want to do. So they're talking about Saturday Night Live, and his show is again. He goes, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's in the news?" And he brings up comics. And so then he.
So Chris Farley had the Saturday before done the Chippendale sketch.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you made the story better because you were there. So I'm.
And I wasn't on Saturday Night Live either.
No, but someone was saying.
So
hey,
we were discussing, me and Wayne Cotter on the plane.
Did you see? Come on, please. Well, I didn't
He
indicate
left
it
to the
better.
bathroom. I said to Wayne Cotter, did you see Farley last week? He did this Chippendale sketch where he was a dancer. It was the funniest thing I ever seen. And then he got up in a huff and went to the bathroom. And then his wife said, "You know that's his competition."
Okay, I did it wrong.
Because
Saturday Night Live is the competition. To the
Yeah,
guy
or
who
I thought it was like
MC.
we don't talk about it.
yeah.
You know, yeah.
And then I asked, just recently, I said, whatever happened to Wayne Cotter, to Jamie Masada? And he said, he on the computer now. That's not how he talks.
Every time you do Jamie,
I sound like a
it's always
child.
an age
I was
joke.
going to say to you, if anyone's giving you shit about being a bad sidekick,
Well, that's true.
Dom, there's someone worse than you.
Go
So,
on.
you know, it's when people go to me, you think you're a fucking retard. I left my keys in the car. You think you hate yourself. I don't think I hate myself. You think you're a schmuck. Yesterday, I smacked myself in the head. Or, you know, so there's Jamie Masada, to the people out there, is a club owner. I don't know how he became a multi-millionaire, but he's like Borat, you know. Hey, buddy, we have that. He can't say English. He goes, we have Dom. He manages Dom Herrera. He can't say his name. Dom in the Manera. So he has a podcast where he's trying to tell stories about me writing on Seinfeld. And he
Right,
sits
at the
there
Laugh Factory,
and he
right?
interrupts. He goes, Freddie had sex with, he's not innocent. He had sex with me, just no condoms. There's little Freddies around. And we're trying to, now like Dom had it set up, we're going to talk about Bruce Smirnoff, who you wrote your Seinfeld about, and you have to take out. He goes, Freddie, he not innocent, he walk out, and see, you don't drive and stuff.
I don't drive, no.
But I remember the worst thing about doing the Laugh Factory is I was bombing. And fuck you, and you know they're screaming back at me. Oh, this guy's a retard. You know he's, you know. So then I curse them back out.
Yeah.
Then I'm waiting behind them online for my car for the valet,
Ah,
and I'm like there. Or the
ah,
worst is, did you ever do a cruise and you're stuck with the people on the
Oh,
boat?
no.
I had to hide in a cabin because I'm eating. They go, there's the comedian eating alone. You don't want to eat alone. I go, yeah, I do. And you know, so like I'm bombing, you know, because they want like jugglers or people, you know,
Right.
with the unicycles, and I'm bombing. So I just throw out jokes. Hey, here's a joke you like. Well, you know, I got fired from the orange juice company because I couldn't concentrate. Or, you know, just say, hey, here's one you like. You know why the monkey fell out of the tree? Because he was dead. So someone would go, you know the only good joke you did? The monkey one. You know, so yeah, I was hiding in
never
the
did a
cabin.
cruise.
Oh, it's as awful as you
But when
think
you
it
were
is.
talking about the Laugh Factory and, you know, when they were yelling at you and heckling, I remember one time I watched remember Jimmy Brogan?
His
The
act
great
was,
Jimmy
"Hi,
Brogan?
where you from?" Well, sorry to interrupt. He for a while was booking the Tonight Show.
Yeah, for a
So he
while.
would do a set, and then he's coming off his set and he's judging you. So you're not in a state of mind to
No.
go, he's good for the Tonight Show.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
And he left. All he had to do was help Jay pick the jokes, and he left.
He did it still 11 years.
That's a good job.
Don't quit. The guy with the best job was Ed Hall. He quit. He was the announcer.
quit?
He goes, this isn't showing what I could do. He wanted to be in video remotes, and he was probably just came in and go, I don't know you. I can't do an impression of Ed Hall.
Yeah.
You people think I could.
But Jimmy Brogan was the cleanest guy ever.
Yes.
Like he never would swear.
Right.
And one time I saw him and he wasn't doing well and he was being heckled. But he had great jokes. Like you go, you know, the 98, you go, now they have the 98-cent store, you know? What is this for? People who think they're being gouged at the 99-cent store? And then the guy goes, why don't you suck my cock? And then he's like, very nice, sir, very nice, nice.
Well,
What, do you talk to your mother like that, sir?
Well, he would go on stage with a sweater and some books. And one time, Gilbert,
Books?
you know, like holding books for some reason. And one time, Gilbert Gottfried at the not Comedy Store, Catch a Rising Star, as a joke, went on with his sweater and followed him. And Brogan just asked people where they're from. Hey, where you from? Oh yeah, you're big. What do you do? Get fucked in the ass with dough? Hey, were you from Cleveland? Hey, there's a lot of fags there. Jimmy goes, give me my sweater back. He was doing Brogan's bad brother. I know. I should tell stories. I keep thinking of things with you. Like we did the Norm show.
The Norm show.
Yeah, sure.
And I said, let's get Freddie. They do this very humiliating thing.
Where they make you audition for
where
people
they make
who know you.
you audition. And at the time, Roseanne had gotten Tom a show, which was even worse because every day, because it was all old really old character actors. So you'd see M. Emmett Walsh and Jack Warden and these guys. You go, they have to audition?
Oh,
That's ridiculous.
yeah.
And so I'd say, like, with a character actor, why, don't you know? So I'd say, just give Fred the job. No, we want to humiliate him.
We
They
want to
didn't
see
say
how
that.
he could be a
ridiculous.
pathetically shy guy who can't talk.
Yeah, he played a shy guy on my show, The Norm Show,
Yeah, sure. The Norm Show.
who couldn't talk.
And I remember the only time I ever kissed a woman on a TV show was you convinced me to have confidence. So I grabbed Laurie Metcalf like I'm raping her and threw her down and started kissing her. Do you remember that?
You mean in real life?
No. On the show, I went, hi, I'm William. I have energy now. And I just grabbed her. No, not in real life.
No, I meant
part of the show.
As part of the show, I meant, but in front of an audience or during
Yeah.
rehearsals?
No.
What do you mean? So my character,
Your
Norm.
character, Norm. I remember people think he's. The writers would always go, I got your character, like you push a woman down the steps, or you're a degenerate, you're a piece of shit, you're a lowlife.
About me?
Yes. they
Yeah, it was
think
always
that's your
very
character.
insulting.
Yeah.
The writers, they go, I got one right up your alley. You asked rape a lady. And I'm like, what?